Coach. Hey, Coach.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good.
Fire away.
So, talk to me about Kalia Copper's debut and how has she made a difference for the Mercury tonight?
Yeah, I mean, we all know what kind of player Kai is. Um, I thought she had good moments and moments that she looked a little bit rusty. This was a really good 2 or 3 days of practice for her. I told her that I was going to play her the first 7 minutes, and she said I may have to ask for a sub. You know, players get into such a routine with their fitness, and I thought she battled through the first quarter, which is good. Part of it is just burning at your lungs a little bit and kind of just going through it. Her minutes obviously went up, which was great. Thought the second quarter she looked like herself. And it's going to take a little time. This is a new group for her to fit in. We've been playing well, and you know, she's going to do great things for us, and we're super excited to have her back.
Pretty dang near perfect game on both ends. Why was the game plan executed so well tonight in your eyes?
You know, I thought we were rested. You know, they've been on a West Coast swing. They're a little beat up and injured. We came out and played extremely hard. Thought in the first half our execution was fantastic. Our spacing was great. You know, our shooters got them up. You know, we shared it. 30 assists is pretty impressive. You know, it's a fun style to play. It's a great group to coach. I love every day being around them. It's just a lot of fun. And you know, we had been playing so well, and then we had that time off. So I was a little bit worried that we were going to come out and be a little bit rusty, maybe be a little too excited to be at home. And we stepped up to the occasion.
You hit 17 threes on Saturday. You come back against the reigning champs and hit 18, break the record again. Was this the vision you had for this team? I mean, I know you obviously talked about the 3-point philosophy, but was this something that you thought was possible, breaking records and back-to-back games?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we talked about breaking records or anything like that. There was a certain style that Nick and I wanted to play, and it helps when you have a player to AT's caliber. She kind of sets the tone with everything that we do. Again, I've said it. I'll keep saying our front office did a great job of putting shooters around AT, and we talked about it. It is contagious, right? Sharing the basketball, and you know, it's easy to make, you know, the extra pass when you know you got a shooter next to you.
Coach, the thing about it's going to be more focused on the shooting and such, but you talk about the defense and containing Sabrina out there, and she only shot 2 for 9 tonight.
Yeah, I thought we really competed against Sabrina. We competed against Stewie. You know, I didn't think our defense was as good as it's been. We've kind of relied on our defense tonight. Obviously, it was our offense. But you know, we've kind of hung our hat at that defensive end is extremely important. And you know, I thought Mo did a really good job. Sammy did a really good job as far as just making it tough for Sabrina.
See the team shoot as well as it has in the 2-game stretch as this team has.
Yeah, I mean, I was in Portland for 8 years with Damian and CJ, and so we had some pretty good nights there. I don't know if we did what, you know, historically is what has been done at this level. But yeah, it was, you know, Sammy has found that groove, right? She's coming off. She's extremely confident. Kit is a high-level shooter. So those two, you know, they see it go in once or twice, and they're pretty confident. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. The style that we're playing, the way that we're sharing it, and the confidence that we have in each other.
Santu,
she got the ball and drove it right at her sister, who had just tweaked an ankle on the other end.
Yeah.
What does it say about Satu, the competitor, that, you know, no matter who's in front of her, even if it's her sister on a bum ankle, she's gonna go full head of steam?
Yeah, I mean, Sa had a great night and Sa's had a great year. She's a competitor. She's out to prove people kind of wrong about them questioning who she was and what she was about from a year ago. And she's been on a mission. And I guess it doesn't matter who's in front of her, even her sister, she's going to be aggressive.
About chemistry and kind of the spiritual sense and the
Yeah.
locker room sense, but how have you seen the chemistry come along and really have an instrumental part of, I know that she's gonna be cutting there, I know where she's gonna be, that they really know where each of them kind of like the ball, and and it's really come along.
Yeah, I mean, for how early, this group has been together, it's such a new group. You can't put a finger on chemistry and trust and that stuff. Just kind of happens, and it's happened extremely quick for us. We want to hold on to that as long as we can. You know, it's easy when things are going well, right? I still think for us to get to be the best version of us, we're going to have to go through some adversity. Hopefully some of that adversity has been the injuries instead of through losses. Hopefully we've learned through some wins. But yeah, we've really bonded as a group, right? They bought into each other and what we're trying to do. And it's a fun group to coach because there's not people, they've just bought in, and it's a credit to them.
Talk to me about Satu Sabli's 7 3-pointers alongside Sammy Wickham's 5 3-pointers made. How much volume does it speak to the Mercury's 3-point shooting?
Well, again, what we've been talking about is just us having shooters around. I mean, I love that Satu took 10 threes. I love her transition threes. Everyone kind of has their own talent and skill. To me, one of Satu's skills for us is her transition early threes. AT plays with such force, and she's getting downhill, and if she doesn't like it, she kind of can just turn and find Satu trailing, and I want her to keep shooting those shots.
Coach, you're second in the standings now, leapfrogging New York. You've got another week to go, but if you're second through July 4th, you're going to coach the All-Star game.
Don't tell my wife that.
Okay.
Don't tell my wife that.
It needs you to coach the All-Star game in Indianapolis.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things, obviously it would be awesome. Not everyone gets to do that. But also it's the grind of the season, right? And so having time off with your family is also important. I'd be super excited to go. I think my mom and her husband already have a trip coming here to Phoenix, but we may have to reroute it if things go well. But yeah, it'd be extremely cool. But yeah, we're worried about Vegas and just continuing to get better. But thanks for reminding me.
Coach, tonight you guys tied the franchise record in assists with 30. When the ball's hopping around like that, how tough is it to beat your squad?
Yeah, I would say extremely tough. When you start making shots and the way that we try to space it, teams have to close out and you have driving lanes. And when you have driving lanes now, do people overhelp or not? And yeah, I mean, we kind of talked about it as a staff. 10 games in, we probably didn't shoot it as well as we thought we were gonna. We were maybe 9th or 8th in 3-point percentage, and we felt like we had better shooters than that. Some of it maybe was just fatigue and, it's a new league and stuff like that for a lot of our players. But we're confident in our shooting, and we want them to take as many as they can get.
On Zoom?
Yeah, Coach, you've talked a lot already about the 3-pointers, but this is the first time in league history a team has had 35 plus 3-pointers in 2 games. I wonder if you could put that in perspective, because I mean, obviously this league's been around a long time to have that kind of performance. And then also, I believe you have 213 points in back-to-back games. If you can kind of put that in perspective.
Yeah, I don't know, it's hard for me to compare to the history of the league. I think you're seeing the game of basketball evolve. It doesn't matter what league. People are trying to play with more space, more playmaking, more skill, more shooting. And obviously, Nick, in my background from the NBA, trying to come to this league and put our players in position to be successful and play the way that maybe we envisioned, or the way that we have been around in the NBA. And so it's not just us. I think the W has done a good job of hiring the new coaches that want to play a new style. I think you're going to see Atlanta take more and more threes. Obviously, New York, what Sandy has done, what Becky has done in Vegas. I don't think we're like doing anything different. We've had 2 really good nights. You know, you got Cheryl in Minnesota. Like teams are trying to play the same way we are. We've just kind of had two really good nights, and you know, hopefully that can continue.
Thank you.
Thank you.